and now we're going to talk to Tarzan van George. Welcome, DeWet. It's good to have you via Zoom. And he's replete there with his Tarzan lappy, actually. And you look very comfortable in it. I think you've taken that lappy to Los Angeles nogal as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's correct. I took the leopard skin all the way on the airplane, on the airport, and into Los Angeles.
En die mense kyk vir jou seker baie snaaks aan.
Ja, jy weet, dis nie die alledaagse ding, jy weet, dit is altyd unusual, maar dis nie die actor met klere aan, jy weet. This guy is walking in his speedo or his underwear or a loincloth, so it's very primitive, you know.
You also got a brother that's your biggest fan. Is he not playing a kind of role there as well? But I know he's your biggest fan. He doesn't get into costume at all. He's not Jane. Where's Jane? Who's Jane?
I'm still looking for Jane, you know. I'm having a Jane for every movie.
I like it. Just how this fascination with Tarzan came about and possessed you.
Well, it actually started a long time ago, but I think I was 6 years old when I first read, you know, the Tarzan comics in the book. But only years after, I think I was like in my early 20s, way after high school, when I actually got into this whole Tarzan thing, and I saw online, you know, that Hollywood is going to make a new Tarzan movie, and I thought, you know, I'm this big Tarzan fan. I'm going to go for it. Grow my hair, get a loincloth, do the photo shoots, you know, and see what happens.
You know, Tarzan is kind of old. Tarzan got a boop, he's got grey hair, and in fact, I think he's lost his hair as well. You know that's going to happen to you too, eh?
Yeah, we'll see, you know, until then, I'm going to give it my best shot.
Listen, you are a wonderful example of if you dream your dream hard enough, you can make things happen. And you want to be Tarzan, and you are Tarzan. You got the rights to be Tarzan. How did you get it?
Yeah, it's a long process, and it was a long and difficult road. But I mean, I think if you have a dream, you have a passion for something, and you keep holding on long enough, eventually you will succeed. And I think this hard work and determination paid off, you know, to finally get a step closer. And, you know, we're almost there where I can say, you know, this is happening, and, you know, I'm the real Tarzan of Africa.
Nou, ek wil graag weet, is Tarzan Engels sprekend of Afrikaans sprekend in hierdie geval?
Man, Tarzan kan eintlik glad, hy praat dit uit language. But, you know, because Tarzan's first language, according to the books, was actually French.
Yeah.
So I think that with a French accent or Afrikaans, soos ek ook like Afrikaans is, jy weet, ek dink hy broken language. It can sound foreign and exotic, and I think that just adds to the character. You know, this is this guy who cannot speak. He's not civilized. He doesn't wear clothes. He's in African jungles. You know, he doesn't, you know, cope and fit into the structured society. You know, he's just outcast.
Maar he can talk to the animals. Is it something that you've been able to master just yet? Can you summon the elephants?
If you spend you know, long enough time with animals, with the elephants, you know, you develop a kind of attachment and a feeling towards animals, you know, their behavior. So, I don't speak fluent elephant, but there is a connection.
So why don't you just call the elephants out of the Neisner bush there? They can't find it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to try that. It might be easier.
Listen, I want to understand. So you are playing Tarzan, right? And this is coming on the 26th of Feb to kykNET, channel 144. It's a 5-part series. I'm trying to understand it. 5-part series is a different kind of Tarzan adventures. Just to explain to us what we're gonna see on DSTV.
Yeah. This Tarzan van George is a 5-part series. So it's actually more a reality series, you know, of my dream to become Hollywood's next Tarzan. So it's not sci-fi or fiction, you know, where there's adventures or something happening in a fictional story. This is real life. So the team documented me, and they followed my dream of going to Hollywood and to convince producers from Hollywood that I'm the next Tarzan for a Hollywood movie or a TV series. And so they eventually were just filming from the side of how we also made a new short film. And basically just to show the world that this guy is serious about following his dream and his passion all the way to Hollywood.
And you want to be Tarzan, man. This is a crazy dream. But apparently you've also got the Tarzan call sorted. So I think what we want you to do, if you don't mind, DeWet, as jy sal saamspeel, we want to hear that Tarzan call from you. And then can we, Joe, find a little clipping of the original Tarzan and compare the two calls? Is that okay, DeWet?
Yeah, we can try that. I normally don't do it myself. I also use the original one.
Okay.
But we can see how it goes.
Let's hear your one first. This is the new
Right, here we
Tarzan,
go.
the Tarzan of the future, DeWet, out in George. Go ahead.
Here we go.
I love it. I love it. Now let's hear the original one. Joe, did you find it? Let's take a listen. Question: how many times did you watch Tarzan, the original one?
Yeah, numerous times. I watched over and over all the old movies, but I just want to give a different take to Tarzan because Tarzan is coming a long way, but it's coming to the past 100 years, and I think there's so much more that can be told in new Tarzan content instead of just the old black and white movies of Tarzan jungle. I think there's so much more, sophistication that we can add to the Tarzan character, and also if you place him in a contemporary African environment, you can have much more environmental issues, that can act as villains in a Tarzan movie instead of just replicating the old ways.
But Tarzan gaan skrik because there's now almost 4 IR, fourth industrial revolution. There's computers and stuff, and there's artificial intelligence. Are you ready for that future, Tarzan?
Yeah, I think we can adapt to it, but I would still place Tarzan in not in today's times, like in modern times, but I would place him in the early 30s, 1940s even, before World War II kind of thing. So I think there's a huge and rich time period in the world. You can have all these, especially lost islands, and you don't have to always have like a realistic take, because it's not a true story, it's fictional. So I think you can add fictional elements, almost like all these Marvel and these comic movies and Superman and Batman. It's not real characters and a true story, but I mean, you just have Batman and Superman or all those characters, Spider-Man even, or Black Panther, it's fictional, but they put Black Panther in Africa with modern technology, so I think there's so much more you can do with a character.
So DSTV channel 144 is following you in this 5-part series with your leopard Lappy, your Tarzan Lappy on the planes to Los Angeles. You're walking around. People are like, what the hell is going on here? Who's this crazy man? And the prospect eventually is for you to play a modern day Tarzan, or not necessarily a modern day Tarzan, but it's to be have another Tarzan movie on the big screen. That is the objective here. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Well, my dream all these years has been to go to Hollywood and convince Hollywood I'm the next Tarzan for a big screen or a TV series. And, because there's something, in the books that I feel hasn't been told on screen yet. All the Tarzan movies is good. I mean, that's why it came so long. I just feel that, Hollywood hasn't told the proper Tarzan story yet. I mean, it feels like they're filming the opening scene and they're filming the end, but there's so much in between that I feel hasn't been discovered yet, and I want to tell that story.
Now, you've been to Hollywood. You've spoken to the people. Just tell us, what are the chances of that realizing for you?
Well, yeah, we have been to Hollywood, and but I don't want to give out too much, because the show is still coming out, so I don't want to jeopardize, the ending that people already know what's going to happen. But yeah, we met with people, and I think it's going to be an interesting take to see what's happening in this kykNET series for audiences to actually see what happened, because I went all the way, and now what is the next step? And it's a big surprise because something is happening.
I think it's a pretty sus PR campaign that you are on too, but I think there's good news coming through this 5-part series. What is the most embarrassing thing that you've experienced walking the world with your Tarzan Lappy on? Are you lekker gebou? Like, do you work out and stuff like that? Look at him. Clearly spending a lot of time in the gym and with weights as well, with his long black hair and his Tarzan Lappy. He's all muscles. What was the most embarrassing thing for you?
I think since I started with Tarzan, I became actually much more of an extrovert, because there's nothing to hide. You have to be comfortable in front of people and audiences, and elephants, animals, and all that. But I actually don't have any bad experiences. I'm very comfortable. As soon as I'm in this outfit, then I can go in any stage of the world. But I would say when I first started, especially in George, I went to primary schools and I did some school seminars. So that was actually the first time that I'm actually in a loincloth in front of a school. So when I did my speech and I talking about environment and do your homework kind of thing, I didn't realize with all the especially all the girls in the school that as soon as I turned around, then the whole school break the place down. But that's when I only look forward. Here we go. No turning around.
I'm like wondering, didn't you get off a plane and there was like a snowstorm and you were like, ooh, this goat, young.
Yeah, now it's getting cold. No, I'm good with the cold. I'm so much, spending so much time outside in the weather. So it's going to take really time, for me to really freeze or something.
DeWet, I'm interested in the people of George. Do they know that they have Tarzan in their midst?
Yeah, I think so. I think by now they do know, because there's times when I walk into shops or grocery stores and people say, hey, there's Tarzan. Or people come with me, when I'm hiking in the mountains, people with their bicycles coming past and say, hey, Tarzan, hey, Tarzan. And so people, they immediately when they saw me, I think they knew this is Tarzan.
I want to understand when are you wearing that loincloth all the time, or is it just now for this little interaction or for special interactions, or is it your dress code every single day of your life?
No, I would like that actually, but no, it's only for film shoots or special occasions when I actually wear this. Normally I would dress like a normal person, with normal clothing, t-shirt and jeans, but when I'm doing a Tarzan film or a speech or a seminar, then it's full on Tarzan.
I think he knows something, and it's going to be revealed in this 5-part series, Tarzan van George. That's on Sunday the 26th. It starts at 8 o'clock, channel 144. DeWet du Toit has, of course, nurtured a dream for the past 12 years to play Tarzan on the big screen. And most people would consider this to be a total moonshot, yeah. But DeWet never gave up and went with his loincloths to Hollywood. And I got a funny feeling he's convinced them that maybe just it is a viable thing. A viable project. From George in the Southern Cape, he produces videos for his YouTube channel. He's got 207,000 subscribers. He has racked up an amazing 50 million views with his very entertaining low-budget Tarzan short films. Are they all there on YouTube?
Yeah, all of them is on YouTube. You can just find them, DeWet du Toit Tarzan or South Africa's Tarzan, with all the 50 million views. It's all on YouTube.
South Africa's Tarzan. Is it on your name as well, DeWet du Toit?
Yeah, that's correct.
We're going to go and check it. I have absolutely no doubt about it. We're looking forward to this 5-part series. And I've got a sneaking suspicion Tarzan's going to come to the big screen soon. Thank you, DeWet. Lekker chatting with you, and all the best.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And I hope people who watch the show, they can just say and get the feeling of you can still keep dreaming. Follow your dream all the way. You can make it.
Even if it's a crazy dream like yours. No, absolutely.